Welcome to the Le Twins Inspired Podcast. I'm Claudia, and this is a place where we gather stories about our favorite artists, Le Twins, to talk about how they have impacted our personal life and culture at large. My guest today is Sunshine. You probably know her from her Le Twins fan account, Le Twins Anime. And in this conversation, we talk about her experiences, reconnecting with Le Twins, going to workshops, and the beautiful edits that she makes. To support the podcast, please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. I really would love this project to reach as many The Twins fans and dance enthusiasts in general as possible. So thank you so much and enjoy the conversation. Hi, Sunshine. Welcome.
How you doing?
I'm good, and thank you so much for being here and for deciding to do this.
Thanks for the invite.
So, as always, I ask, where are you from and where are you based?
I'm from Melbourne, Australia.
Born and raised?
Yeah. Born and raised, yeah. Born and raised in Australia.
Yeah, that's nice. First guest from outside Europe or America. So,
Yeah,
you
right?
can be proud. But also, you have got some Filipino blood in you.
Yes, I do, and some Spanish too. Yeah, so my mom's Filipino and Spanish, and my dad's English and Australian. So,
Wow, that's a mix.
yes, it is.
Beautiful. So, okay, let's start with one of the first questions that I always ask is how did you get into the twins?
Getting into Lay Twins, I first saw them at a concert of Beyonce, Mrs. Carter tour. I think it was 2013. Yeah, in Melbourne. Yeah, so that was the first time I saw them on stage, and I was like, wow. Like, I've seen them on, like, YouTube videos, but, like, seeing them on stage was, like, a totally different experience. And, yeah, and then 10 years later, I saw them on the exact same stage in 2023 with Jason Derulo for the R&B Live here in Melbourne.
Okay.
So, yeah.
23, is that when you started to be more active in the fandom, when you created your account, or you had it before too?
I don't even remember if I made it before or after, but it was around that time.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
haven't like you didn't create the account for like years and years. It's like a reasonably recent thing.
It's only been, like, a few years. Yeah.
Cool. Because I always thought you were like an old like a fan from, back in the day. So it's like the seeing them with Jason Derulo in Melbourne kind of respark. Ah, nice.
So I've always been a fan of theirs, but I just was like low key. I wasn't on social media about it. Yeah, because I saw them in like 2013, and then I was like, wow, they're amazing. Like, you know,
That's cool. And so you didn't go to the Jason Derulo show thinking that they will be there. You just went there.
yeah. I just went there, and then they said like late twins, and I was like, wait, what? And then I looked.
Oh, I love that. And so then
Hmm.
after that, you decided to go to Juste Debout in 2024.
What made me go more is watching JD Gold online because I was at home in like December, and then I was like, wow, I need to experience this in person. This is like crazy, like the vibe, everything. So yeah, I applied for leave, and then like 2 weeks before JD in Hamburg, it got approved. So I was like, I booked everything, and I just went.
That's like an
There was only
adventure.
like a few people that knew that I went. Like I told my obviously my mom, my brother, one cousin. Yeah, people didn't even know I went, and they're like, You went to like Germany, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "When are you going?" And I'm like, "I've already been."
Because it was so quick.
Yeah, they're like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just got back." Like, my cousin was like, "When did you go?" And I'm like, "Have you gone?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, "When did you get back?" And I'm like, "Today."
So because it's like a what for you? It's a 26-hour flight.
Yes, I had like a day flight.
Yeah, similar for me.
But yeah, that day I was so tired when I landed because I had to go to my godson's birthday. It's that night. I was like exhausted. But
I
yeah,
bet. Yeah. And okay, that's really cool. How was Juste Debout 2024? How was your experience?
God, it was amazing. Like, just did all these different classes. I took Bruce's class. I did Boo Boo's class. Yeah, and who else did I do? Obviously, Lay Twins, and so I did a few of the classes there, and
Do you have already, did you know people from online, like other fans?
I did know some people, but not a lot. Like I knew Laura Lee Twinsburner, and then I met like other people there. I met like Esther, I met Mel, Lisa, Angela, and then yes, which I saw him again in Paris, and then I met more people in Paris, like Jasmine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And yeah, so I wanted to really ask you because we chatted about it before about your passion for dance. Because I feel
Um,
like often, like when I talk to other The Twins fans, not everyone has like passion for dance. It's like they really love them as artists and they connect to their way of dancing, but not
yeah.
everyone has a history with it. So I'd love to know your story of did you start when you were little and has dance always been in your life?
Yeah. So like I said before, like I have the Filipino Spanish background, so we've always had dance around. Like my mom liked dancing. She would do her own salsa, all that with her friends, and then sometimes I'll just sit there and watch and join in as well. And yeah, because my house was always the house where we had parties for birthdays or even just like get-togethers. So there's always music playing. So that was always part of it. Yeah, growing up, I'd always used to like teach myself dance. So I don't know if you remember this TV program. It's called Rage.
No.
Oh, okay. So basically, Rage is like a TV series, like not a series, a program where they play music videos. And they would play like the full music videos. So those other programs that would like cut the music videos or like cut the dance. You know when they have like dance segments in the middle and the choreography was different. Yeah. So they would play the full video and I would record it and like early in the morning and like watch it and learn the dances of like like Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Missy Elliott, Sierra, J Lo, and all that stuff, and all of them. Yeah,
I didn't grow up in Australia, so I have very little knowledge of Australian culture actually.
yeah,
But yeah, I remember somebody talking to me about it. Yes.
yeah. So they would basically just play all the music videos, but it was like the full music video, and so I would record it and like watch it again and again and learn the dances of that. So I kind of taught myself, and then like in high school or like my teenage years, they offered dance as a subject, like to learn dance. So I did that. So I did that maybe like twice a week. One of the classes was like more practical where you had to like come up with choreography and there would be like, okay, you're doing this today, like learning about putting it like using like space, time, and force and body and creating routines with like different pathways of like aerial and floor pathways and like, using repetition and like the canon and all that stuff. And then the other class was like we had to sit there and watch dance segments of like Ava Ailey. And there was one I think I had to do named Gene Kelly of Singing in the Rain. We had to analyze it and express the kind of like what was the expressive intention, what were they using, like space, time, and all that stuff again. And a lot of the styles of direction, levels, and pathways, and like what was the main focus that they were trying to get the message across.
I
So
see.
I grew up learning different parts of it, like actually doing the practical and, learning dance through other people, what they were trying to get across through their dance segments.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah.
and then because I remember you telling me that you were involved even in like organizing dance events in Melbourne in
Yeah.
Australia. But you were saying that you knew the guy who was organizing this.
Yeah. So my friend Joel, who does most of the dance events here in Australia, basically, not just Melbourne. Yeah, he does most of the dance events. So there's times where he will like send me a message like, hey, keep this date free. And it'll be like HHI, Hip Hop Australia, International Australia. And there'll be like Grounded. There'll be other like dance events for like the young generation as well. I think like the recent one that I was at was Pink Carpet during stage rehearsals, trying to get them on time, getting their, they get them practicing their routine on the stage. And then I'll be helping front of house at the end before the show starts, getting ticketing, all that stuff, making sure the flow goes.
They're doing like backstage work.
Yeah,
Do
like
you
the stage rehearsal times.
do you ever
Yeah.
perform?
No, I don't do that.
But you grew up like in a household where it was very normal to dance.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. That's
And
beautiful.
every time they were like, "Oh, learn this and teach me." I just want to hang out with my cousins, but okay.
That's
But yeah,
nice. That's nice. I like that. So you started your Instagram account as a fan account. And what was the idea behind it? Like you called it Le Twins Anime. You were meant to do edits because you do some
yeah.
pretty cool
So
edits.
basically, just put anime because I like anime and cartoons growing up. So I was like, let me go with that, and then yeah, that was it. There was no real thing to it. But
You started to do edits though, like some really
yeah,
cool
I did.
ones. Yeah. And
I did.
was it because like did it come just like were you doing edits before for other things?
Oh yeah, I used to do edits before, just like for family, friends, and friends and stuff, but nothing like birthday invites together or a video slideshow of like a montage of their birthday that they wanted, and yeah, I just used to do it on the side. It was just a hobby. It wasn't like a thing. Just
Yeah,
do it for
nice.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah, you've done a few edits that I really, really like, as you know. So you saw Jason Derulo back in
Yeah.
2023. Then you decided because it kind of sparked again this like interest in the twins. Then you
Yeah.
decided to go to Just a Boo.
Yes. So I saw the Jason Derulo concert. Like it was at R&B Live. There was many other artists there. And then I watched 80 Gold. I think that was like in December from memory. And then I was like, okay, I really need to see this in person. So yeah, I did it. Like I said, I put in my annual leave. It got approved 2 weeks before the trip, and I just booked everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how was going to the twins workshop?
It was good. It was like I was like nervous at the first because I was like, oh, I've never been to one before. I didn't know what to expect. But yeah, it was good. Like it was different from other workshops, and yeah, they were nice. Every interaction of the two times that I've met them, they were nothing but nice and humble to me. So I enjoyed it.
In what way do
Yeah.
you think it was different? What was different their workshop compared to the other ones that you did?
Obviously, because I had two people, you had to choose between one or two, which one to do, and yeah, just like the warm ups and everything were different. Yeah, I liked it.
Okay, so then you decided to go to Jisabu as well in February of 2025.
Yes, I think I was there for like almost two, like yeah, probably a week and a half, just over. But yeah, I got there early and like did my own thing, touristy stuff because I always wanted to go to Paris. But yeah, so yeah, I got to see JD. I did the workshops for like Lay Twins and other workshops too. And yeah, and I met up with some friends at the same time that flew down from not Paris, flew down from London and Wales. So yeah, I saw them at the same time, and it was an experience in itself. And Jasmine came down for a few days, and we all went to JD just to boo together for the finals.
Did all the four workshops, the twins
Yes,
workshop.
I did. I did all the four workshops.
And how was that? How was that
So
experience?
it was a different experience, like, because being in JD school, I've always wanted to go to that too. So it was like, yeah, it was a fun, good vibes.
Well, and you got some really nice footage.
Well, there's sometimes where I like just wanted to enjoy it and I just did the class or I was just sitting and like watching at times. So I did a bit of both.
And
Yeah.
and everybody was blown away by the Lego pictures that you made. So can you explain like how that came about? How the idea came?
So I was shopping with my friend. Like, I was walking around the shopping mall and yeah, I just saw this like store and they were like, they do photos and they can grade it into Lego. So I was like, inquired about it, asked questions like, how does it work? And they're like, oh, we give you all these pieces. You just give us the photo and yeah, we will create it for you and then you have to put it together. And I was like, okay. That night I went home, looked through all my photos that I had on Google Drive that I had captured of them during the workshops in Hamburg. So I chose a few, went back the next day. We went through some photos together with the woman that worked at the store. And then, yeah, we chose photo. Like, yeah, this one looks best. The ones that I chose for both of them. And yeah, she gave me all the pieces for both of their photos. And that's when it started. I put it together. There's like each photo had 6 boards. And then they had like a paper with it to put what to put where with all the little tiny pieces of Lego. And so, yeah, that took me maybe 2 days each to put together on and off when I wasn't working. But yeah,
And then you gave the picture to the two pictures to them, and we saw their reaction, and it must have been satisfying for you.
like even trying to get it there, I didn't have it put together. So at my Airbnb, I was like putting it together, and yeah, there was like almost did not get there, but it did because like the frames weren't staying. I had to like I had to go shopping for like tape or something or double-sided tape, but it ended up
Wow.
working.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even know where to go, but I found something. But yeah, yeah. So I put it all together. I literally brought a screwdriver with me to place it together. Because I'm like, because I'm like, I don't know if where to find one in Paris, so I just packed it in my luggage and put it together in Paris. And then yeah, before the workshop, I came a bit earlier. I put it in the back office. Also, like let me put it there, but before the workshop, that's the office. Like that's kind of the room that they go in, or like to wait for the other workshop to finish. And I was like, oh my god, I hope they don't see it. So in there, I was like low key like panicking and like excited. I had to hide in my excitement that whole week and not say anything because I was like, it turned out really good. I was like, wow, this actually looks good.
Yeah, I remember when you sent me the pictures before leaving. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, they look really amazing. Just the effect
Mm.
was just really, really cool. And then
So
you gave the pictures to them.
yeah, I like brought it out of the office because Larry was like, "We're gonna go in 5 minutes," and I was like going to wait until like people started like leaving a little bit because it was very crowded. And then he said that, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I have no choice. Let me just grab it." And Larry saw it first, and that's when you saw him going out for low. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It was just like just their enthusiasm on their faces was just it was really cool.
I know they love Lego, but I wasn't expecting a reaction like that. But it was really cool.
I can imagine. It was like satisfying after putting it together for however that long. You said 4 days all in all,
Yeah.
dedicating yourself to it.
Yes.
I'm always curious. So you've done workshops both with Lo and with Larry.
Yeah.
And how do you feel it was different? Their way of teaching, their way of building the choreography.
Yeah. Obviously, they have their different styles. How they break down the movements. Well, last time in Paris, I think they were more like breaking down the movements of teaching like isolation a little bit. So I think that was more Larry. But yeah, they have their own style and honestly, I didn't really think about it. I enjoyed both of their workshops when I did both their classes. So I took one of Larry. No, I took two of Larry's and one of Lowe's. And then one day I was like, I'm just gonna sit and enjoy and watch it.
It feels like you formed beautiful friendships with people in the fandom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, so I love how like even with here like dance like doing all the helping out with dance events. It's just like how like dance connects people just in general of it just in the whole. So I love that like I've gone overseas and met other people that enjoy dance as much as I do and seen them in Paris and then met new people in Paris. So yeah, I've like maintained like conversating with them.
Yeah, it's nice that you've got these online friendships.
So yeah, I've always been a fan of Lay Twins, and I've always wanted to go to their workshops. But yeah, stuff in like life happens, so I kind of lost track of what they were doing, where they were. When I saw them again in 23, I was like, okay, let me go see them in person now. Like I'm gonna make it happen. I had the time to actually do stuff for myself, so I did it.
Yeah, do you go and see performances in Melbourne?
I've seen well here because my friend Joel that does all the dance events. He's from the Philippines, but he moved to New Zealand first before coming to Australia. So he did dance over there, and that made that big. So, and he also helped with Royal Family Dance Crew, which sometimes they've come down to Melbourne. So I've helped out with that too. So I'm a big fan of theirs because their work is amazing. And some of their dancers have gone on to like dance with Chris Brown, Rihanna, and so on. So it's not like Lance, I think, is touring with. Chris Brown right now, who's from the Royal Family dance crew that I've seen years ago. But yeah, and there's others. Yeah, like Paris, obviously.
Paris
Yeah.
Goebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, beautiful. So thank you very much, Sunshine, for being here.
Thanks. Thanks for the invite.
See you soon.
See
Thank
you
you so
soon.
much for listening to this episode with Sunshine. Down below, there's her IG account, so you can go and check out all her beautiful edits. There's also the Le Twins Inspired Podcast IG account, where you can be up to date with everything happening with the podcast. And also, don't hesitate to message me if you would like to be on it and record an episode telling your story. So, thank you so much. See you all next time.